everybody, and welcome to Mark Goldbridge. That's football. That's not the right channel. No, that's definitely not the right channel. Hello and welcome to the United Stand. I am Mark Goldbridge, and this is a massive game for Manchester United in the Europa League tonight against Granada. And the good news is that there isn't actually a full league team out there at the moment. I'm probably going to get told very differently in the live comments in a minute, but there doesn't appear to be a full leagued team out there at the moment, which is fantastic. I think, we can't have team news coming out 3 hours before the game. It would be ridiculous. So as things stand at the moment, we haven't had a full team news out, but we have. So that means I can stick with my David De Gea does start tonight. Simon Peach says David De Gea starts for Manchester United against Granada in tonight's Champions League quarter-final game. Rashford starts as well. Pogba, James, Greenwood also in the team. So no rest for Rashford, which is interesting. So we've got Rashford starting, James starting, and Greenwood starting. I think Rashford looks already hurt. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Hey, we've got a streaker on the pitch. Whoa! I wondered who it was there. I was like, what? Harry Maguire's grown a beard and took his kit off. But it's not Harry Maguire. They normally cut away. He's just come running towards the screen. Big bearded. Looked like a grizzly bear. But he'd shaved all his body hair off. But that's a highlight of the first 6 minutes. Sign him up. A bit of excitement in the midfield. That's the most excitement we've had in the midfield all season. He literally was in the CDM role, prowling around. He was having a great time. Freedom. That's what you want. Freedom. He's the perfect Solskjaer CDM. He's out there, hanging around with freedom, expressing himself. Perfect CDM for Man United. Sign him. Very slow start by United. Do you think Phil Jones even watches these matches, says Scott Andrews? Well, I would hope he does. I would make Phil Jones watch these games. He's earning 80 grand a week. He's not played in a year. I would make him. I'd give him homework. I'd say, I want you to watch the game and I want you to tell me what colour boots Kennedy was wearing in the 10th minute, who fouled Paul Pogba. I'd set questions like that so I know he's actually watched it, because it would piss me off to think that he's earning 80 grand a week and doing nothing. Second half FC, says Aram. My score prediction's 2-0. We are much better than Granada. I mean, I know it's been a very equal game, but there is a distinct quality difference between Man United and Granada. They've lost their last 3 games. We're second in the Premier League. I think they're a mid-table La Liga side, and we've got way better players. So at some point, you'd expect that quality to come forward. Here's Harry Maguire, the left winger. Just runs into traffic. We've won it back with Pogba. Bruno. If I see another pound land, Ronaldo 30-yard free kick from... Okay. You know what pisses me off about United? Watch it now. Everybody takes a touch. It definitely comes from the training ground. Everybody takes a touch as soon as they get the ball. Nobody wants to play a first-time pass. Nobody wants to do it. And yet the pass they get is so telegraphed, you think there's a stamp on it. Like, when you're doing triangles at work, when you're training and you do triangles, have you ever done? And what I'm talking about here is there's one man in the middle, or a woman. There's you lot, and you're passing the ball around. Do you always take a touch? I very rarely take a touch, because the ball's coming to me and I know where I've got 2 or 3 options and I'll pass it straight away. United never play a first time pass. It's always into feet, control it and have a look. If I can do it and you can do it, when you're playing with somebody running around in a circle and you can play one-touch passing, why can't United ever play a first-time pass? Always take a touch. Fucking hell. This is the highest level of football you can get. Well, it's not. It's the Europa League. But it's high-level football. Why do we always have to take a touch? Like, the ball travels. You can look and go, oh, Dan James is free, bang. You know, pass and move. Pass and move. Why are we so static and slow on the tempo? We don't need to take a touch. Or sometimes you need to take a touch. Ball over the top. Imagine a Koundé in this team. Well, that's the idea, Salah, is to play higher up the pitch. But we still move the ball too slow. We scored a goal. Marcus Rashford. 1-0 to Manchester United. Out of nothing. Out of nothing FC. Lucky Ollie strikes again. We've been absolutely trash in this first half. And yet 1 second changes it all. And it's Marcus Rashford. And Solskjaer will feel justified for playing a player that clearly is not fit. But he has sat everybody down again. How many times does Solskjaer do this? He gets it right. David De Gea into Lindelof. I didn't even see what happened here. It must be a ball by Lindelof. Let's have a look. Lindelof over the top. Onside. Terrible defending by Granada. Lovely ball by Lindelof. Lovely take by Rashford. 1-0 to Manchester United. No team should get caught out of this. It's just a ball over the top. And I tell you what, he takes it down fantastically well. And it's Manchester United 1-0. What a goal by Rashford that is. He took the risk and it's paid off. Ooh, back post, Soldado shoots wide. Who's marking him? Who is marking the number 9 there in the box? You know what? You know, in the week I was talking about all the goals we've conceded this season. This is a prime example of what I'm talking about. Their number 9 is unmarked on the back post. Their striker is unmarked on the back post. Absolutely ridiculous. Who is marking who is teaching these players on corners to mark people up? Because we don't do it. It hurts. That's going to hurt, Harry. That's going to hurt, Harry. Take your time, Harry. We've all had that before. This is a true story, actually. I had a trial for Northampton Town when I was 15, and it was literally the first 5 minutes, and they played me at centre-back, and the level of going up to play at trials compared to just playing for your normal team was amazing. It was just so physical. I won a couple of headers, which I was never that good at doing, and I was reading the game and everything like that. Right back comes out of position. Ball comes across the face of the box. Their left winger gets it. He's got loads of space. I dived across to drop the shot, to block the shot, stretched out. He blasted it straight in the nuts. It was a cold day and the ball had been pumped up to the limit. It nearly popped my balls. I'm telling you what, I was in absolute agony. My eyeballs were, coming out my mouth. I just didn't know what to do. And I went to the side and my stepdad had driven me to Northampton for the game and he was like, what are you doing? I said, I'm going to have to come off. I just can't play on. He said, you're bloody not. You're carrying on. It took me about 45 minutes to get to come back into consciousness. I was just running around like I was on drugs. I was just absolutely killing. It's a horrible thing. I think there's been I don't think United have played badly tonight. I think the tempo's been poor. I don't think we've played badly. I just think there's a lot of players that have been quite quiet. Not really noticed Pogba, not really noticed Dan James, not really noticed McTominay, not really noticed Bruno, not really noticed Greenwood, not really noticed Rashford apart from the goal. I mean, there's the story, isn't it? The players that we haven't noticed are all bloody attackers, really. We've changed the way we're playing this half as well. Rashford's gone down the middle and Greenwood's gone to the right. Has anyone noticed that? Mark, what is up with Bruno? Love him, but he is not adding anything anymore, says Darren. No. I'll shout out the moderator, Paul Robinson, who said this. How long will it be before we drag Bruno down to our level? Mark Goldbridge Dog says, well, I think the issue for me, I've just put a tweet out there. Pogba's come off for Matic now. So we've got Matic and McTominay in the midfield. It's just diabolical football. It really is. The result, you can't argue with the result. The result is absolutely spot on. 1-0 away from home, clean sheet, no goals conceded, obviously. You get your away goal as well. The football in that sense has been fine, but it's just diabolical football. Absolutely diabolical. And Granada are not very good, and they've played better football than us. And I just tweeted it then. What's the difference between this and Mourinho? Unless you're only 6 years of age, you remember what we were doing 3 years ago. This is absolutely embarrassing for Manchester United, apart from the fact that we're winning. So you almost feel guilty saying it's embarrassing. But it's awful football. Absolutely, unexcusably shit football. Is he given a penalty? I think he's given a penalty. Bloody hell, we are lucky FC here. The referee's taken a look at it, and I think he wants to give a penalty. He's going to give a yellow card as well. It's definitely a penalty. Manchester United here. I tell you what. We've probably just put this game to bed. Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. Manchester, well, I mean, people are going to be moaning about it, but they ain't going to give a penalty for that. They're not going to give a penalty for that on VAR. Oh, no, they might. They are. I didn't see the bit before. He knocks him in the face. It's definitely a penalty for Manchester United. Arsenal are winning as well. I mean, we've played absolutely dreadful here, but 2-0 puts this game to bed. Bruno. He has, you know what? To be fair though, Bruno has turned into Fernandes, hasn't he? Recently. Let's see what happens here. Bruno Fernandes. This is for the tie, really. This gives us such a good lead in the second leg. Bruno Fernandes. And it's in, yes! Shake, rattle and roll. It's 2-0 to Manchester United. The keeper got his hands on it, but Bruno Fernandes puts it into the bottom corner. 3 goals in 5 matches for Bruno Fernandes, and that, to me, is game over. Some will be very happy about that. I've probably just woken some people up. I think at least 15,000 of the people watching this show have probably just been woken up by me shouting, well, it's game over, it's 2-0. Keeper should have bloody saved that as well. I don't know what he's doing. He's tried to catch it. Ollie's there, job done. You boring coach, Ollie, but you're a very lucky man as well. 2-0, typical away day. Very similar. Very similar to Porto-Chelsea last night. 2-0. Probably not the better team, but clinical, and United have put this tie to bed.